He is a cardiologist with SLU Care and SSM SLU Hospital. Also a fan of the University of Michigan, which we will not hold against him. February is American Heart Month. Good morning, Dr. Michael Lim.
Good morning. You mean February is not Tom Brady month?
February is, oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, boy. Don't get him started, doctor.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wise
Oh.
one.
Oh.
Wise one, Tom Brady. Let me apologize for even thinking negative thoughts about old Tom Brady. Let's talk about Heart Month and what people should know about heart disease.
So a few statistics about heart health in this country, just to kind of put things in perspective, let us know where we stand. 2,200 Americans die of heart disease and cardiovascular disease every day. That's about one death every 40 seconds. That's not so good.
Yeah.
These are the 40-second statistics. So approximately every 40 seconds, an American will also have a heart attack in this country. So every 40 seconds, somebody has a heart attack. And remarkably, to fill out the trifecta, every 40 seconds, approximately, somebody in America will have a stroke. And these are the cardiovascular diseases that are responsible for the fact that cardiovascular disease is still the #1 killer of people in this country. Now, the statistics over the past 10 to 15 years has looked good, where the number of people dying from heart disease has gone down and down and down. But over the last 3 years is an alarming trend, and that is that same rate of decline is actually not continuing. And so we're sort of plateauing, and there's still more Americans that die of cardiovascular disease than all cancers combined, which is the #2 cause of death in this country.
Isn't it the #1 cause of death for women?
It absolutely is the #1 cause of death for women as well. So
Heart disease.
Heart disease.
You never think of women and heart disease.
You don't, and that's a big push for February. And so Friday, as the first Friday in February, the American Heart Association has dedicated as Wear Red Day to promote awareness that fact that you just said, Kelly, in terms of #1 cause of death in women is cardiovascular disease, is actually true. It doesn't mean that we don't worry about and try to deal with things like breast cancer and other cancers and other things, which women are very passionate about, but heart disease is the #1 killer. And so I urge everybody to support the women's heart disease movement by wearing red on Friday and thinking about trying to get the women in your life to look into their heart disease risk. And I think that's the whole message with respect to what February is about, is have everybody look into what their heart disease risk is. There's still too many people that smoke. There's still a lot of people with high blood pressure and a lot of people with diabetes. The number of overweight people in this country is actually increasing, and alarmingly, the number of overweight children in this country is going up substantially. And so all of these things are sort of pointing in the direction of, it's no wonder the last 3 years we've seen a plateau in the death rate from heart disease.
It's clearly something you're very passionate about, being a cardiologist. You hear women having strokes. You don't hear of women having heart attacks.
They have heart attacks. The issue is that their incidence of heart attacks is later in age. So it's in their upper 60s and 70s when this starts really afflicting women at a great rate. And so it's sort of like something that gets our grandmas. Contrast that to the breast cancer stories where you hear of 29-year-old young mothers of 2 who come down with breast cancer. That actually really pulls at you pretty strong. When we're 68, we still got a lot of years left, we think, but I think that pulls at us a little less strongly from an emotional standpoint.
So
and
if
I always hear women, when they've had a heart attack, they've always said, but my symptoms really weren't as prevalent as what you would hear as opposed to a man having a heart attack.
So in a lot of ways, men are wimps. So we over-dramatize what we think is a heart attack or what's wrong with us. We're also affected younger, in our 50s a lot of times. And so there's not necessarily other conditions that are masking what that heart attack would feel like. And so, there is a moniker that women do get afflicted with what we call atypical symptoms, just not feeling that great, lack of energy, seemingly short of breath, or just totally tired. And that could be a sign of a heart attack. And so, that's why the suggestion and the push from today is, let's look at what our risk is. Let's go through those signs with your doctor, and let's try to prevent those things from happening. So 80% of all heart disease incidents, like stroke and heart attack, can be prevented. It can be prevented. If you get better control of your blood pressure, if you exercise more, get to a more ideal weight, eat a more ideal diet, don't smoke, these things, and take the right medications by working with your doctor, 80% of all these events can be preventable. And so let's try to get that done.
Dr. Michael Lim, cardiologist with SLU Care and SSM Health SLU Hospital. Good stuff, doctor. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
you.
8:23 here, Big